Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Well, it's Saturday, which means yesterday was Friday, which means yesterday evening my brand new series, the pilots to the series, went out. Yes, I accept. It's very scratchy. It was a trial episode. I decided it was good enough to share, even though I know it's not fully polished yet. Episode 2 next week will be a lot more shiny. But if you've not seen it, if you've not heard about it, where have you been? I've been talking about nothing but this for the last week. So, yeah, get on board. The link will be midway through today's show. Yeah, you look out for that one. And, yeah, do go and check it out. But before we check that out, I want you to check this out. It's a map, the last one that was peaking over Christmas. I felt it needed to be given a little bit of a show. And while you're having a little show, why not show your finger to the like button, because that helps my channel. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Sihu Island, revamped by Accurate. That was accurate. Let's have a little look at these. Sounded very wrong. The start square looks like that. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. Then you've got terrain heights that look like this. I would say that's quite interesting. I'll go with that. And then we have resources that look like that. Some field painting and lots of offshore oil, if you like that. Offshore ore as well, if you like that too. And then if you've got Santa Harbour and you want to do some fishing, there's a little bit of everything. Hurrah, huzzah, and splash. Off to the workshop. What do we need? No DLC required today. In fact, the only thing you'll need is the generic tree pack. We'll be using the Stray Cats Territory Homecoming theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. A little bit of a write-up there telling you that this isn't their first take on this map. This is a revamped version of the map, and I approve of revamped versions. Now, there are still some problems, which you'll be able to see as we do the flyover. Yes, it's another one of these ones where we got a lot of trees underneath the highways. And I know I keep repeating myself on this one, but every show is somebody's first show, so I think I should mention what's going on here very briefly. So this is down to Anarchy. I have Anarchy switched on. It was switched off for quite a while, but that was my mistake, and that's the way it is. But yeah, I have it switched on because for detailers, you want your details to be showing, and this having it switched off will hide those details. Unfortunately, having it switched on also means that these trees will show through. Now, I don't sometimes I feel that a map doesn't matter that much, but on today's map there's a specific feature that you'll be seeing in the start square that I think says this is a map that needs anarchy. And because this map needs anarchy, I feel that these trees are, well, slightly more intrusive than normal. Again, once again, you can switch these off, and of course you can hit the bulldoze button. But it's always good practice to remove the trees from underneath the roads. I know I say it several times, but I'm saying it again, because they do take up part of the tree count, and there is a maximum tree limit, unless you're using mods to increase the tree limit, but even then it's still a maximum. We're nowhere near the maximum in terms of either the vanilla levels or the extended levels on this particular map, but it's still good practice, and good practice is rewarded with extra stars. There we are. Now, this isn't the start square. This is a potential start location for industries. See, with the field painting, we have ore and fertile and some vanilla stuff as well. I think there's even a patch of oil there as well. So, yeah, if you want to do industries away from Sihu Island itself, then that's the place. Now, I do need to mention that I think the only thing really wrong with today's map is the name. I mean, Sihu Island, there's only one island. It's only a small proportion of the map. And it's not startling enough that it feels that it's really the star part of the map, you know? Sometimes you get an island where you go, whoa, that's definitely the star point. Bit of wibbly going up towards the intersection there. Not a huge problem. And a little bit of traffic back up here going on with traffic making its way through. And another issue with today's map is the start square being in the middle with traffic come from both sides of the map. You're going to get double the amount of, sorry, not double, 33% extra traffic through your start square, big old bridge, because of the way that it's laid out. I'm guilty of having done this myself with Merrickstowe. So it's one of those things that we learn and we improve. But anyway, here's your start square intersection. Don't mind this too much. I think that would work okay. We'll look at the rail a little bit later. But the rail is actually something I need to point out here, because this being the start square, and got some space, but we've got 3 networks really close together there, and I think to grab hold of one of those you might actually need Anarchy switched on. And that's my point about Anarchy being operative to today's map. I know there are settings that you can unset the tree hiding when you're launching the game, but it becomes very fiddly, and of course at that point I think instructions need to be put into the description so that lesser players can understand what they're doing, like me. Intersection here, nice one. We got a bit of frontage road going on there, and encroaching pillar on the highway there, only just, but it is still in the highway. This side's a bit better though, look, see, that's how it should be. If we were to go off that way, which we will do to check the rail, it's a lot of forest, and you'll already see a lot of trees in the road. And we could head off that way. That's the obvious route. That's the main highway route. But we're going to go this way because this is like a national road. Well, we do have, I think this thing on the left here is a lay-by. The third lane, I think, is a lay-by, given by a couple of prop vehicles down here just pulled up. So I think that's what that's meant to be. And yes, now this road here will connect up with the main highway. And roads going off in directions normally go somewhere. In this occasion, it goes to this roundabout. I think this roundabout is intended to be a start location for like a mountain town or a hill town or a rural town. Anyway, I think that's what that's there. So you know, if this road hadn't had that little point there, that roundabout there, I think I would have had a bit of a grumble about it, just going off into the hills, coming back down and doing nothing. Given also that we're not using mass transit or any custom roads. This is the only way of getting a 2-lane road. I don't mind this too much. It's a little bit ugly, but do you know what? I don't mind it. It's a valiant effort for what is basically a vanilla map with a few custom trees. Generic trees are very lovely indeed. Okay, heading around and through the environment. I've got to say that I like the environment. I like the shape of the map today. The shape of the map is really nice. I think the hills are quite inviting. I think the theme is a good choice of theme as well, along with, of course, the realistic 1.2 LUT, which is very generic. But I think today's map definitely works very nicely indeed. It's not one of my favourite. Hey, listen, that LUT is not one of my favourites. I find it a bit bland and a little bit green. But you guys voted it in, so that's why we use it. It's not my choice; it's your choice. A little bit of elevated section around here. I think that works quite neatly as well. Why is everybody honking their horn outside at the moment? I don't know. Maybe my neighbour's hanging out their lingerie. And trust me, you don't want to see his lingerie. No, you don't. Down to the rail. The rail along here, good and bad going on here, I think. First of all, it's elevated, which means we're getting no tree clipping. Very nice. The thing is, all the way out here, I don't see that it would have been in real life elevated all of this way. I think it would have been tapered down and then would taper it back up as well. So I think this was just done as a quick guide, as a quick solution. It's not a guide, a quick solution. And, well, it works. It works. A little bridge section here as well. Don't mind that either, actually. Halfway along. That'll do. Then we come back down to ground quite smoothly. Credit there. Then we got a little bit, having had a perfectly flat rail, now we've got a bit of an incline going on. At this point, I'm thinking cutting, maybe even a tunnel, maybe, if we were going to have it perfectly flat throughout. And now we're dropping back down the hill, which is, again, is it going to affect the game? No. But if you have a look here, having dropped down the hill, we are now inclining again to go up onto the bridge. So having a straight line around there would have been quite easy. Just things to think about. Just things to think about. Alright, as we head over onto the Start Square Island, I foresee a bit of a problem down here. And that's the junction here for the rail. First of all, yes, we've got a little bit of catenary chaos going on. But also, it's very tight, which means any trains coming in, waiting for a train to exit, will be blocking up 2 lines. And we could get a lot of backup of rail traffic. And that's really very easy to do. So I think a little bit of fixing is in order there. Just slightly larger junctions than that. At least room for at least one train. One full train in the junction. There's barely room for an engine there. A little bit of an incline here coming off of the bridge, but not too bad actually. I think we can live with this one. It was certainly within the context of the map and within the game. I don't think that's really a problem there at all. Anyway, other than the roads and the rail being completely hidden in the forests, that's fine. It's fine. We can deal with it easily. Though, easily fixed in the Anarchy settings. And we'll head off for our intermission. When we come back, we'll check the shipping and the water flow. But do check this one out. Remember, last night's show, pilots, definitely worth watching. Next one will be more polished. Don't miss my new YouTube series as I enter the world of virtual reality, get dropped randomly somewhere in the world and have to work out, where on earth am I? Join me from Friday evenings as I get lost, go wandering and try to stick a pin into a map. Will I be around the corner or on the wrong continent? And can you do better? I'll see you then. And so back to Sihu Island Revamped by Acura. Oh. Okay, so we've got a shipping route that comes up to a dead end there. That's fine. I'm not sure why the water is blocked off at the end there, but it is, and that'll do. Got a dead end there. I don't know why we got that there, because the shipping would reach that quite happily without it, but it's not a big problem. A big old bridge there actually goes through very nicely indeed. Very happy with that. Then we got a weird triangle here. A diamond even. You can't go straight over it, so you'd be talking about it goes. What do we need an extra connection over there as well? Not sure that we do. Anyway, we've got an incomplete diamond here, which means any shipping coming from this direction to do a hard right to go into this direction up to the dead end by the big old bridge, but slightly lower big old bridge, which is quite good that there's no shipping going through it, because then that would be a disastrous big old bridge. We have water flow and it's strong. Cannot complain about this. If you're looking for water flow through the start square, this is what it's all about. So all of the credit for water flow on the map, which is good when you've got an island map as well, and lots of water about it. I like the forests are very generic. I think generics, is a fair word for them. They'll do. They will do fine. Then if we head over to this side of the river, we've got the farmlands. And do you know what? These vanilla bushes have worked very nicely indeed for hedgerows. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I mean, I'm not sure I want to see this on every single map, but I certainly think on this map, this works very nicely indeed. You might argue that there's no gates to allow traffic in and out. Yeah, I know. Look, shush. How picky do you want to be? No, this isn't an absolute... Ooh, cuttings. Nice. For harbours. Lovely. But yes, this isn't a fully polished map, so we're looking at nods towards farms rather than accurate farms. I do like this though. This is a very nice castle indeed. I like the shape of it. I like the location of it. I just like everything about it. I think this is good. And while there is no defined gates, there is one that looks like it's crumbled down the hill here. But this does look like it was a way in and out anyway, because at the bottom of the hill we have got the pier, so the boats would pull up, and then you'd march up the hill to get into the castle. So I think that's where the gate would have been. Probably a bit closer to the main castle keep than I would like if I was planning it, but you know what? It still works, so shush. Medieval architects probably didn't think that much about it. Over here we've got a little lake. That's very sweet. And we have over here an essential lighthouse, where I'd expect to find an essential lighthouse. Ah, isn't she lovely? And then Start Square. Right, Start Square. We've got a quirky asset of the day. Strictly speaking, a Halloween kind of asset, but you know what? In the current state of world affairs, I've got no idea what month it is anyway, so it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's Chirpumpkin Square by 220Hz. A very vanilla park by design. There's no trees on it by design, because the vanilla trees would have brought it down. And you can put trees in those planters yourself. But yes, very nice work from 220Hz. I am a big fan of anything a little bit quirky. And factoids, because factoids. I had one. Oh yes, an American aircraft in Vietnam shot itself down with one of its own missiles. That's a bad shot, isn't it? Got something on the radar. Yeah, shoot it. I think we've got a problem, sir. I think it's us. Oops. No, making light of somebody's unfortunate demise there. But yeah, had it been any other country, we'd be laughing more loudly, wouldn't we? But yes, very unfortunate time in the world, actually, that was, wasn't it? Anyway, Chirpumpkin Square by 220Hz. I like this. Great design. Lovely work. And that's going to be about it. But first of all, I'm going to ask you, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now. In the top right corner of your screen, it'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a free Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Do you know what? Aesthetically, I find it quite pleasing. It's very nice. It's very vanilla-ish. I'm not sure. I don't know what the previous versions were like, but I quite like this. I don't think it's a 4-star map, but I think it's a very pleasing 3 stars. So I'm going to go for a high 3. Very nice. Like it. Detailing. Okay, trees on the road is a problem, but some of the other detailing is quite good. I can't go higher than middle 3. And there's a lot of trees to be removed. But just something about this map. I'm going there. There are some issues. Gameplay potential. There are things to fix, but I think once they are fixed, it's something that you can do as you're going along. And there's nothing in this map that can't be fixed as you're going along. I think yeah, playable. Middly high 3. Sihu Island are revamped by accurate. Oh, that is a very nice map. I probably could have been a little bit stricter on the detailing, but I think there's enough half decent. The intersections are quite nice. There's enough half decent, interesting detailing, like the fields, hedgerows, and whatever, that I think it kind of almost balances out the problem with the trees under the road, which is basically the main problem. Anyway. We're done. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. Over you go to watch Where on Earth Am I? With me, BonBonB. And before you do that, use the words of the day into the comments to score yourself 100 population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with the chart show. Have a great day.